What if I told you there's a country so small you can walk across it in under an hour, that another country accidentally invaded its neighbor and nobody noticed, and that somewhere in Europe you can visit a museum filled entirely with objects from failed relationships? Europe looks predictable on a map. Familiar borders, familiar capitals, familiar history. But beneath that tidy outline lies a continent full of strange experiments, bizarre traditions, and moments so unusual they almost sound fictional. Today on TerraSpark, we're uncovering 30 of the weirdest facts about Europe, and some of these feel like plot twists. Let's begin. Geography that feels impossible. Fact 1. Norway's coastline that never ends. Norway doesn't just have a long coastline, it has over 50,000 islands. If you trace every fjord, inlet, and rocky curve, Norway's coastline stretches over 100,000 kilometers, longer than the circumference of the Earth. For centuries, many Norwegian children didn't walk to school. They rowed. Mail arrived by boat. Groceries arrived by boat. Even church services sometimes required a boat ride. The ocean wasn't scenery, it was infrastructure. Fact 2. Iceland and the case of the missing mosquito. Iceland is famous for volcanoes, glaciers, and steaming geothermal pools. But for years, it was also known for something else: no native mosquitoes. Scientists believe Iceland's unstable climate, frequent freeze-thaw cycles, interrupted mosquito breeding patterns. Imagine hiking across lava fields at midnight under the summer sun, and not slapping your arm once. In a land of fire and ice, the most shocking absence might be something tiny. Fact 3. Spain's submerged villages. During the 20th century, Spain launched major dam-building projects to produce hydroelectric power. But those dams flooded entire towns. Instead of abandoning the communities, Spain relocated them, rebuilding homes, churches, even cemeteries stone by stone. And when drought lowers reservoir levels, the original villages reappear. Bell towers rise out of the water like something from a fantasy novel, time briefly resurfacing. Fact 4. One island, two European countries. On the Caribbean island of St. Martin, France controls the north. Netherlands controls the south. There are no walls, no passport booths. Legend says the border was decided by two men walking in opposite directions around the island. One French, one Dutch. Wherever they met would define the line. Whether true or not, today you can eat a croissant in the French side, and 10 minutes later order Dutch pancakes, without ever showing ID. Fact 5. Finland's sauna equality. Finland has about 3 million saunas for just over 5 million people. There's a sauna in the Finnish Parliament building. Business negotiations happen inside them. Because when everyone is sweating in 90-degree heat, titles disappear. In Finland, the sauna is a social equalizer, and possibly the only place where political arguments end in towels instead of shouting. But geography is just the beginning. Europe also has laws and traditions that feel like satire, but aren't. Laws you'd think were jokes. Fact 6. The country inside a city. Vatican City sits entirely within Rome. It covers just 0.49 square kilometers. It has its own passports, its own euro coins, its own radio station, and the world's smallest army, the Swiss Guard. The Guards wear Renaissance-style uniforms designed in the 1500s. And despite its size, smaller than many shopping malls, Vatican City influences over 1 billion Catholics worldwide. Small footprint, massive voice. Fact 7. Britain's rented pineapples. In 18th century United Kingdom, pineapples were rare tropical imports. They became status symbols. So rare, in fact, that wealthy families rented pineapples for dinner parties. Guests admired them. Nobody sliced them. After the event, the pineapple was returned to the merchant, still intact. It may have been the world's first luxury prop. Fact 8. Switzerland's guinea pig dating scene. Switzerland made it illegal to own just one guinea pig because they're social animals. If one dies, there are services that temporarily rent another guinea pig so the survivor won't be lonely. In Switzerland, even rodents get emotional support systems. Fact 9. Germany's sausage science. Germany produces more than 1,500 types of sausage. Different regions guard recipes for centuries. Some varieties have protected status, meaning they can only legally be made in certain towns. There are sausage museums. There are sausage festivals. There are probably more sausage debates than political debates. Fact 10. Venice's wooden forest. Venice stands on millions of wooden piles driven into the mud over 1,000 years ago. The wood survived because underwater conditions prevent decay. Ironically, the forest beneath Venice is older than many of the buildings above it. The city doesn't float on water, it floats on trees. Now imagine a country that functioned for over a year, without a government. Now about some experiments that actually worked. Fact 11. Denmark's bicycle culture. Denmark redesigned its cities for bicycles. In Copenhagen, there are more bikes than people. Cyclists have their own elevated highways connecting suburbs to downtown. Traffic lights are timed for bike speed. It's not bike-friendly, it's bike-prioritized. Fact 12. Tallinn's free transport strategy. Tallinn made public transport free for registered residents. People registered officially to qualify. Tax revenue increased, traffic decreased. It was social policy and smart economics. Fact 13. Portugal's bookstore that survived everything. In Portugal, Livraria Bertrand has been open since 1732. It survived the catastrophic Lisbon earthquake of 1755. Empires changed, governments fell, the bookstore stayed open. Fact 14. Rome's Fountain of Wishes. At Trevi Fountain, tourists throw over €1 million into the water every year. 1 coin means you'll return to Rome. 2 means you'll find love. 3 means marriage. All the money funds local charities. Superstition, funding social welfare. Fact 15. France versus food waste. France banned supermarkets from throwing away edible food. Instead, they must donate it. The law inspired other countries. And overnight, thousands of tons of food were redirected to people who needed it. But history sometimes gets stranger than policy. Like the time one country accidentally invaded another. Let's talk about moments that sound fictional. Fact 16. The Castle Nation. Czech Republic has over 2,000 castles. Some look like fairy tales. Some look haunted. 1. Prague Castle is one of the largest ancient castle complexes in the world. Fact 17. The accidental Swiss invasion. In 2007, Swiss soldiers training in snowy conditions accidentally crossed into Liechtenstein. Liechtenstein didn't even notice. There was no diplomatic crisis, just apologies and mild embarrassment. It may be history's politest invasion. Fact 18. Greece's island labyrinth. Greece has over 6,000 islands. Only about 200 are inhabited. Ancient sailors used stars to navigate between them, laying foundations for astronomy. Fact 19. The Netherlands built itself. Netherlands reclaimed land from the sea. Entire provinces used to be underwater. Without constant pumping, some areas would flood within days. It's a country engineered into existence. Fact 20. Belgium without a government. Belgium went 541 days without forming a federal government, and nothing collapsed. It quietly kept functioning. Proof that sometimes systems outlast politics. Now let's leave politics. Fact 21. Sweden imports garbage. Sweden converts waste into energy so efficiently that it imports trash from neighboring countries. Other nations literally pay Sweden to take garbage. Less than 1% goes to landfills. Fact 22. Poland's crooked forest. In Poland, 400 pine trees curve sharply at their base. No official explanation exists. It looks like the forest changed its mind halfway through growing. Fact 23. Austria's Vienna Philharmonic coin. Austria issued a coin celebrating its musical heritage. Technically, you could spend it, but most people keep it as art. Fact 24. Ireland before the pyramids. Ireland has stone circles aligned with solstices, some older than the pyramids. Ancient Europeans were calculating celestial events thousands of years ago. Fact 25. The Museum of Broken Relationships. In Zagreb, the Museum of Broken Relationships displays objects from failed love stories. A wedding dress, an axe, a single shoe. Every object comes with a story. Heartbreak, archived. Fact 26. Malta older than Stonehenge. Malta built megalithic temples over 5,000 years ago. Older than Stonehenge, older than the pyramids. Fact 27. Luxembourg made transport free. Luxembourg eliminated fares for all public transportation. Nationwide, buses, trains, trams are completely free. Why? Because Luxembourg has one of Europe's highest car ownership rates, and traffic congestion was severe. Free transit was an environmental strategy, not just generosity. And here's something even stranger. Nearly half of Luxembourg's workforce commutes from other countries daily, meaning thousands of cross-border workers benefit too. Fact 28. Latvia's medieval flag. Latvia uses a red-white-red flag recorded in medieval chronicles from the 1200s. Fact 29. Romania's wild bears. Romania hosts Europe's largest brown bear population. Some forests there remain among the last true wilderness in Europe. Fact 30. The smallest country on Earth. Vatican City. Smaller than many airports. Yet home to the Sistine Chapel. Tiny on a map. Massive in history. Europe isn't just old buildings and cafe culture. It's submerged villages, free nationwide transport, accidental invasions, and temples older than the pyramids. Which fact surprised you the most? Let us know below, and subscribe to TerraSpark, because curiosity never stops exploring.